Here we say, I do not work, but here it becomes he does not work. And does not, when we shorten it, when we contract it, becomes doesn't. So what happened here? We canceled the O, and again, we joined these two words, does and not, and it became doesn't. And you can always know how to spell this contraction or this short form because of where we put the apostrophe. We put the apostrophe, this little comma that's in the air, in the place where we take out a letter. So we put it here instead of the O, and we put it here instead of the O. So let's go through these. I don't work.
I don't work.
You don't work.
You don't work.
We don't work.
We don't.
They don't work.
They don't work.
Now let's go to he, she, and it. Remember, he, she, and it is always going to be a little bit different. Let's hear it and say it. He doesn't work.
He doesn't work.
He doesn't work.
He doesn't work.
It doesn't work. Let's say the phone, the computer. It doesn't work. Okay? Now, let's go to the questions. So what happens in the questions? In the question, we also have to use that helping verb, do, okay? Do here and does down here. And we have to change the order. So instead of saying I do, we say do I, all right? So repeat it after me. Do I work? I don't know. I don't.
Do I work?
Do you work?
Do you work?
Do we work?
Do we
Do
work?
we work?
Do they work?
Do they
They
work?
work.
Down here, you would say, with he, she, and it, does he work?
Does
Does she work?
Does she work?
Does
Does
she
she
work?
work?
Does it work?
Does it
It
work?
work.
All right. Now, usually, of course, you're not just going to say, do you work? You might say something more than that. Do you work on Fridays? Do you work Monday to Friday? Do you work at the bank? All right. So usually there's something more, but I've just put the basic form here so that you understand the structure of how to use this tense. Now, another important point is that sometimes when we ask questions, we don't just start with do or does, but we need to add a question word, right? So maybe you want to say where. What are the question words, first of all? Who, what, when, where, why, how much, how many, how often, okay? These are all what are called question words. But if you have one of these question words, all you have to do, it's really easy. The only thing you have to do is to put that question word right before this structure. So, where do you work, right? When do you work? Why do you work? How much do you work? How often do you work? But we're keeping the same structure, and we still need to have that helping verb do. The same down here. Where does he work? When does she work? Okay? So keep that structure, and even if you have a question word, don't worry, just put it at the beginning. So here we have some examples. Where do you live? What do you do? Okay? But the most important thing to remember is this part. Okay? He works. She works. It works. This is the only place in the entire board where we're adding an S to the verb itself. Everywhere else, we're just using the base form of the verb, right? So let's say our verb is to work. So here it's work, I don't work, do you work? He works. Here it's different. But after that, it goes back to the base form of the verb, right? He doesn't work. Does he work? So even though with he, she, and it in the positive sentence, we add the S, but here in the negative, no. Just go back to the base form. And in the question, go back to the base form of the word work. But you do need to remember that in that positive sentence, add the S. Okay? So that's the structure of the present simple tense. It's really pretty straightforward. You just need to practice it and you will get it. Now let's look at some of the spelling changes we need to make in the present simple tense. We only need to make those changes, as I mentioned earlier, when we're using he, she, or it. Because, for example, we say I work, but he works, right? So what was the spelling change we needed there? We had to add an S. And most of the time, with most verbs, all you need to do is add that S. For example, dance becomes dances. You can say it after me as well, okay? Cook,
Cook.
Cook.
cooks.
Cooks.
Sleep,
Sleep.
sleeps.
Sleeps.
All right? So there, all we did, we just added the S with the he, she, or it. All right? Next, if the verb ends with an S or an SH or a CH or an X, then we need to add ES. And we can almost hear it, okay? Just listen. For example, kiss, kisses.
Kisses.
See that we're hearing kisses is a little bit? It's a little bit longer, right? So that tells us that we need to add an ES. The next one, wash becomes washes.
Washes.
Teach,
Teach.
teaches.
Teaches.
Fix,
Fix.
fixes.
Fixes.
Okay? So that's another change. Another one is verbs ending in a consonant and Y. What do I mean by that? If we look at this verb, study, it ends with a Y, right? And just before the Y, we have a consonant. What's a consonant? Anything that's not a vowel is a consonant. So what's a vowel? A vowel in English is A, E, I, O, or U. Everything else, B, D, G, X, etc., these are all consonants. So D is a consonant. Or here, before in the word try, we have a Y, and before that, we have a consonant, right? So what happens in those cases? We have to drop that last Y, and we have to add IES. You've probably seen this lots of times, okay? But this is actually what's happening. So study becomes studies. Try becomes
Tries.
tries. Okay?
Okay.
You'll get it. You'll see. Fry, fries, right? Like French fries. Okay. All right. So then, last of all, there are some other verbs. They're usually irregular verbs. Okay? These are the most common patterns. But there are a few verbs where the ending might be different in one way or another. Okay, sometimes the verb really changes and you have to pay attention to that. You may be familiar with many of these already, but here are a few examples. Go becomes like I go, he goes. I do, she
Does.
does. I have, it has. So you see that in some cases the verb changed completely. Okay? So these are the most common patterns for spelling changes in the present simple tense. Now let's look at how to give short answers in English. See, in real conversation, when someone asks you a question, we don't usually repeat the whole question in our answer. We just give what's called like a short answer. Let me give you an example. If someone says, do they need help? Then you could just say, in short, either yes, they do, or no, they don't. So we do not have to say, yes, they need help, right? You don't have to repeat that whole question. You just give what's called the short answer. And how do you know how to shorten it, it's really easy. So if the question starts with do, like this, right? Then your answer will include some form of do or don't, depending on if it's a positive sentence or a negative one. So we see here, do they need help? Yes, they do, right? Or no, they don't. All right? So the do, the way the question starts, is the way you will be able to answer it. All right? It's really pretty simple. It really is. The important thing to remember is that in the affirmative or positive answer, we cannot shorten it. Okay? There is no way to shorten that correctly. So here we have to say yes, they do. But here you can use the short form or that contraction that we learned. And you can say no, they don't. All right? Let's look at another example. This time I think you'll be able to apply the principle yourself. So the question is, does he speak French? So how did it start? It does. So what are our options? Yes, he does, right? Or no, he doesn't. Okay? Again, the does in the short answer. Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. Got it? All right. So based on that, you can see that you could answer any question that someone's asking you in present simple by just listening carefully to the question. But you do have to pay attention also to the subject here. So for example, in this last one, do you like this song? Somebody asks you, do you like this song? So your answer, they're asking you. So you can't say yes, you. You have to say yes, I. All right? Yes, I do. Right? The do comes in. Or no, I don't. So again, you do see the same principle applied all the way. And again, remember, in the positive form, you cannot shorten it. But in the negative form, you can and you should shorten it because that's how we normally speak. And these short answers are used a lot in normal conversation, so it would be a good idea for you to learn them. And it's really pretty fast, and I think you might have already learned them. So, do you understand?
Yes.
You could say, yes,
Yes, I do.
I hope that's what you said. Okay? All right. Now let's look at some common mistakes that students often make when they start using the present simple tense. And this way, you will know what to be careful of so that you don't make these kind of mistakes. All right? Let's look. So usually the mistakes are of 4 different kinds. Sometimes the mistake is in the tense itself. So remember we mentioned at the beginning that there can be present simple and present continuous, and that present simple is for something permanent and present continuous is for something temporary. So sometimes learners get mixed up between these two tenses. So let's say in this example that this person lives in Tokyo, right? It's not just for a little while. That's where that person lives. So if that person said, I am living in Tokyo, that would be wrong. If that's where the person stays permanently, he or she should say, I live in Tokyo. They could say, I'm living in Tokyo only if it's something temporary. All right? So that is one mistake that's sometimes made with the present simple, that confusion between it and present continuous. Now, let's look at another kind of mistake. That's when a mistake is made with the verb form. You'll find it because now you're good at this, okay? Ready? Let's read. These are all mistakes, okay? So these are all wrong. We're going to correct them together. The sentence right now says, we likes to travel. So the verb is wrong. What should it be? We like to travel. Say it after me. We like to travel.
We like to talk.
Good. Here's a mistake. The same thing in the verb form, but in a negative sentence. They doesn't eat vegetables. That's wrong. You know that. What should it be? They don't eat vegetables. Say it after me. They don't eat vegetables.
They don't eat vegetables.
And here's a mistake in the question. Does you talk to him often?
Do.
That's wrong. We can't say that. We need to say what?
Do.
Do you? Say it after me. Do you talk to him often?
Do you talk to him often?
Often.
Good. All right. So those are verb form kind of mistakes. Another mistake that's possible is in spelling. We looked at the many kinds of spelling, right? And you need to make the changes. So here the person wrote, she tries to save money, but the spelling of the verb is incorrect because here it's a Y and before that is a consonant, remember? So what should it be? T-R-I-E-S. We had to drop that Y and add I-E-S. So you'll pick up those spelling changes, okay? Just pay attention when you're reading and so on, and it'll come to you naturally. Next, sometimes an entire word is missing. So let's look at this one. This is a question. What time you finish work? It almost sounds right, but it's not. It's wrong. Grammatically in English, that's wrong. Can you understand it? Yes. You can understand it, but it's wrong. So how do we correct it? Did you find the mistake? So we should say, what time
Times.
do you finish work? So what was missing was that helping word. Okay, the helping verb. Remember, we do have to add that even if you have a question word here, like what time. All right, what time do you finish work? So these are the four main kinds of mistakes that you have to be careful of in tense, using the wrong tense, using the wrong verb form, making any kind of spelling mistakes, or leaving out an essential verb or helping verb. All right, that's it. You've been learning a lot, so now it's time to practice. Let's get started. Number 1, I take, but he, what would you say in present simple?
He takes.
I take,
He takes.
takes, right? We have to add that S there. Right. Very good. Now let's work it the other way. She does. We
Do. We do.
We do.
Do you know it? We do. Very good. You enjoy. She.
Enjoys. Enjoys.
Yes. I can hear you. She enjoys. Very good. All right. Now let's make some phrases negative. All right. So we're going from positive to negative. They study.
It does.
Don't study. They don't study.
They don't.
Use the
They don't
contraction.
study.
No, they don't.
They don't study. Right? Don't being short for what? Do not. Right, you got it. The next one. He sings.
He doesn't
doesn't.
sing.
Make it negative.
He doesn't
It
sing.
doesn't sing.
Yes. He doesn't sing.
Doesn't.
Doesn't is short for what? Does not. Very good. Now let's make some questions. So let's read the sentence first. She wants to buy a new phone. How would we ask the question? What's the helping verb you have to use? Helping
Does she
word?
want to buy a new phone? Does.
Do or
Does.
does. Giving you a clue there. Here it's she, so we have to say, does
She wa-
she want
To buy a new phone.
to buy a new phone? Okay? So remember, we come back to the base form of the verb, and we have to use do or does, but because it's she, we are saying does. Does she want to buy a new phone? Okay, good. Let's do the last one. They sell books online.
Do they?
Ask a question about that.
Do they sell books on?
Again, what are you going to start with?
Do they?
Do this time. Right. Do they
See.
sell books online? Right? Okay. Why do? Because now we're talking about they. And why does here? Because we were talking about she. All right? So, if you got those right, that's great. If you got any wrong, maybe you can go back later and check those parts. But we're going to practice some more. We're going to learn a little bit more. And you'll get it for sure by the end of this. Okay? Stick with me. To review, you know the present simple tense when you know when to use it, which we talked about, and how to use it. And how do you know that you know how to use it? When you can do these things. You can make a positive sentence, a negative sentence, and a question. For example, you should be able to say easily, they live in Amsterdam, or they don't live in Amsterdam, or do they live in Amsterdam? You should be able to switch easily and comfortably and quickly and correctly between these three sentences. Okay? So remember, this is the present simple tense, but this is an entire series that we have of English tenses. So from the present simple, you can go to the next class, which is on the present continuous tense. And that way you can take your English forward step by step. All right? And if you'd like a little more practice on this tense, the present simple tense, go to Ingvid. All right? Thank you very much for watching. I know you're a serious student, and I know you're going to make good progress.
Okay, every student. And I think it is our lesson tonight, and I want all of you to make a sentence in the simple past. So I want to invite Miss Diana to make sentence in simple past. I make it you have to make a sentence a positive tenses, and then after that you change into the negative sentence, and then interrogative sentences. Yes, please.
Okay, thank you for giving chance for me, and thanks for grammar. If you ask me to make a sentence, right? Like
Yes.
a positive, okay.
But I cannot control it is right or not, because I don't understand too. So you we can learn together.
I think the simple sentence, if I can say, let's say she does her work or she does homework, and then the negative is she doesn't she doesn't work. Sorry, sorry. She doesn't work homework. Is it there?
Yes, yes,
Right.
it is right. So how about interrogative? You have to.
Does she work? Does she work homework?
Yes, I think you're right. Yes. Do you want to make a sentence more? Maybe to.
Yeah, if I can say yes, I think it's a simple grammar, but how to apply that grammar in our speaking, that's the point. I think that's very important to know when we should make it properly, let's say I and you and she. So there is a problem for us when we start to speak with others. But
Yeah.
if I write down about the grammar, I think we all know how to make it properly. But again, I said it's not easy to practice, you know.
Yeah, I agree. Yes.
Okay, that's more from me.
Okay, thank you, Diana. And I want to invite The next one is Faisal Bahar.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Sudirman. What your question? Do I make a sentence?
You have to make a sentence from positive and then you change into the negative and then interrogative.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Sudirman. Hello, everybody. I typing my work. It's positive sentence, and negative, I don't type my work. And interrogative, do I type my work?
Yes, I think it is correct. But
Sorry to say, can I interrupt? Can I interrupt? Sorry to say,
Yeah.
I would like to fix it for the positive.
Positive sentence.
Don't make a sentence. I typing. I think because just I type no eng.
Yes.
Because eng just for the continuous tense.
Yes, you're right.
Sorry, if I can fix you, don't mind, please, Mr. Faisal.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Diana. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, that's it's more easy, but not easy to say, right?
Yeah,
That's right.
the correct one is I type my work, and the second, I type my work, and do I type my work, and then the interrogative is,
I don't.
yeah, I don't type my work.
That's good.
Okay, finish, bro, or do you want to make more sentences?
Finish.
Okay, let's move to the other participant. And
Hello.
Hello. Okay, please make a sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Actually, I want. Okay, I want try. They go to school.
Yeah, correct. How to please change it to negative.
Okay, they don't go to school. And
Yeah.
for affirmative, do they go to school?
Yeah, I think it is correct. What do you think, Diana? It is correct.
Sorry, I don't mind. Sorry, on this, but I think it's okay. Sorry.
Yeah. For me, it is correct. Oh, do you think, Faisal, it is correct or not?
Yes, maybe I think correct.
I think you have to control. Yes, we have to control each other. Okay, thank you, Endang. I think your opinion, your sentence is okay. It's good. It's good. Okay, let's move to other participant, Mr. Acho Wahyudi.
Okay, thank you. I will try to make positive.
I only do.
She made a cake. She doesn't made a cake. Doesn't she made a cake?
Mm-hmm. That's C. For affirmative is wrong because only does she made a cake. She made a cake. That's not doesn't. Doesn't she made a cake, but does she makes a cake.
Okay.
Makes a cake.
Made.
I will try to in the chat box.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, please complete the sentence.
She does make. Oh my God. Wait a second. Mm-hmm. Where is?
Okay, Endang. Hello, Endang.
Yes.
Do you type the correct
Yes.
one?
Yes.
Okay, please type.
Mix. Mix. Oh my God. I don't know it's correct or not. Diana, you can correct.
Okay, actually, you can see the correct sentence is.
Okay, sorry to fix you. Maybe if you don't mind.
Yeah, no problem.
The second sentence is she doesn't make. I think there is no s.
Is.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is correct.
And also
Doesn't we back into
the next sentence without s because you have maybe
okay.
just.
That's okay. I see.
Maybe like this.
Yeah, it is correct. I think right now it is
Oh
correct.
yes.
Yeah.
After we put not or doesn't, the verb become verb one.
Yeah, per one. No, not S.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it is correct. Okay, thank you, Enda, for correct. And then let's move to. Okay, let's move to Kuman, Mr. Kuman. Hello. Oleh Mr. Komenan. Hello. Can you hear me, Komenan?
Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
We walk around the city. Positive, we walk around the city. Negative, we don't walk around the city. And interrogative, do we walk around the city?
Yeah, I think it is correct. Yeah, it is correct. Thank you.
100%.
Yeah. Okay, the next one is Mr. Sajid. Hello, Sajid.
Yes. Hello. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. And now, because you joined late, and
Yes.
and now we learn about simple tense. And
Okay.
the question for you, you have to make a sentence, simple tense, and then positive, negative, and then you have to change into the interrogative sentence.
Okay. Simple. I will make simple past.
No simple
Okay.
past, simple tense.
Simple tense means simple past, simple present, simple future. Which one?
Simple present.
Simple present. Okay. Yeah. Simple present. Simple present.
Yeah. Simple present.
Okay.
Simple present continuous. I am going there.
Not continuous. Simple present, not simple present continuous. It's different.
Simple present.
Yeah.
I go there. I eat my lunch. I love you. I like you. Simple present.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think everything is a positive tense, and you have to change it to the negative sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Negative. I don't like you. I don't. I don't eat my lunch. I don't drink my coffee. Negative.
Okay. Let's change it to the interrogative.
Not I do.
Interrogative. Okay, got it. I got it. I don't eat pizza.
No. You have to change into interrogative.
Do I?
Yeah.
Do I? Do I?
Yeah.
Because actually I studied this very thoroughly in my school days. Do I? So do I like pizza?
Yeah, correct.
Do I like pizza? Do you like pizza? Do you like pizza?
Okay, I think it is correct and it is enough from you, Mr. Sajib. Thank you. Okay. Okay, the next one is Mr. Hari. Mr. Hari.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Yes. Where are you from?
I'm from Nicaragua. Well, this is a 72. You're from Nicaragua.
Okay, okay. And now we learn about grammar, about simple present tense. So
Yes.
that's why I want you to make a sentence in the simple present tense, and you have to do positive tenses, and you have to change into the negative and also in the interrogative. Yes, please.
Well, okay. I will say, for example, I work today. In negative form is I don't work today. And interrogative form should be do I work today?
Yeah, okay. It is correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe Stephanie wants to say something.
No. Your friend, your wife. Maybe you can ask him. I asking your wife. Maybe she want to make a sentence.
Do you want to make a sentence? Yeah. She's shy. She's very shy.
Okay. Okay, no problem. And thank you, Mr. Hardy.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, for me, I watch grammar, and do I watch grammar and negative? No. I watch grammar. I don't watch grammar. So interrogative is do I watch grammar? It is correct or not?
Yes, great.
Okay.
Yes, I think you are teacher. Good teacher.
No. No, I think every participant has take a chance to speak and making sentence. So if you agree, I want to continue to learn about present continuous. If you agree.
Okay, I agree.
Are you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, please wait. Okay.
Actually, I must leave, Mr. Sudirman.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you for joining.
Somewhere to pull.
Who wants to start first?
Okay. Now we'll study about present continuous tense.
To teach you something new and exciting. I missed you all. I wish that all of you are happy and safe and sound. Okay, in today's video, we will discuss something very important, which is the present continuous tense, or we shall call it the progressive. So what could be the present continuous tense? As a start, I can tell you more about the form. What's the meaning of the form? Is how the tense itself looks. We will talk about subject or subject pronoun like I, he, she, it, we, they, and you. Or it could be a name, it could be Sharif, it could be Ezra, it could be Marwa. Okay. And also we will talk about verb to be or the be verb. Am, is, are, plus the main verb in the sentence plus ing. So I will explain more, but let's talk about the first part. How can we use the present continuous tense? For the affirmative form, we will use the short form, and I will tell you what's the difference between the long form and the short form as well, and the negative form. So, as you can see here, I am working. I am working. So if I want to use the present continuous tense or the present progressive, I shall use the subject, as I've told you earlier, which is the I, be verb, which is am, and verb plus ing, which is working. So it's going to be I am working. So is there any short form I can use more? Yes, there is a contracted form. What's the contraction? Is like a short form. How can I do the contraction? It's very easy and simple. We simply remove the A and we add apostrophe instead. So it's going to be am working. So Mr. Sharif, I have a question. Is there any difference between those two sentences? Yes, there is. The pronunciation. So when I say I am working, but in that case, which is contracted, it's going to be I am working. Great. So let's hop on for the second point. He, she, or it. Based on the form that we have here, subject plus be verb plus the main verb ing, it's going to be is working. So I am working, or I am working, he is working, she is working, it is working. So is there any contracted form? Yes. We can remove the I. It will be like this. It's going to be it's working. As I explained earlier, the difference will be in the pronunciation. For the last three pronouns, we, they, and you, it's going to be are working. Great. So is there any contracted form? Yes, there is. We can replace and we can remove the A and it's going to be we. Is there any contracted form? Yes, we will remove the A and it's going to be we're working. So what I'm trying to deliver to you guys here, that the contracted form is different in the pronunciation. I am working, I am working, he is working, he's working, she is working, she's working, it is working, it's working. We are working, we're working, they are working, they're working, you are working, you're working. Great. So that's related to the affirmative form. So if I want to say that I am not doing something right now, what the form shall I use? I will go for the negative form. So if I'm saying I am working, if I want to say I am, great, not. So we can do the negative form by adding not. So it's going to be am not. I am not working. Perfect. So what about the he, she, and it? It's going to be is not working. And for the third group, we, they, and you, is going to be are not working. That's a very easy session that we have today. So you might be asking yourself right now about the contraction I discussed you earlier. So is there any contraction I can use here or a short form for the negative form? Yes, definitely there is. So check this out. I can do that. I apostrophe am, not. So I cannot say I amn't. There is nothing called I amn't. However, I can contract to the first syllable. I am not working. But that doesn't go the same with is not. So we can say he, et voila. He isn't working. So I already contracted here the not in apostrophe T. And the same goes with aren't. So we aren't working. That's great. English is not easy, however, you're doing a great job. So keep watching with me. Well, I will teach you more about the present continuous tense, or shall we call it the present progressive. Okay, here is the third part I wanted to talk about, the question form. How can I ask using the present continuous tense? It's very easy and simple. I don't want you to panic, but I need your full attention. We have here a very good and easy and simple way to ask about the present continuous tense by using the be verb I told you about earlier, which is am, is, and are. Simply, I will add here am. Am I working? And don't forget the question mark. Am I working? And what about he, she, and it is going to be is. So, am I working? Is he working? Is Ahmed working? Is Sharif working? Is Kayla working? Is it working? Great. So what about the we, they, and you? Try to make a guess. Yes, you are correct. It's going to be are. Hey, are you working? Yeah, I'm working. Great. So what could be the answer? We have yes and we have no. Let's take it one by one. Am I working? It's either yes or no. And that's why we call this form yes or no question. This is a yes or no question. It's either going to be the answer yes or it's going to be no. So, am I working? Yes, I am. Or, no, I'm not. So, am I working? Yes, I am, or no, I'm not. Is he working? Yes, he is. Or, no, he isn't. For the third one, is she working? Yes, she is. Or, no, she isn't. Is it working? Yes, it is. Or, no, it isn't. And what about the we, they, and you? Are we working? Yes, we are. Or no, we aren't. Marvelous. Are they working? Yes, they are. Or no, they aren't. Are you working? Yes, I am working. Yes, I am. Or no, am not. So we have the four parts, as I've told you earlier. The affirmative form, I am working. Negative form, I am not working. If I want to ask, are you working? It's either yes, I am working, or no, I'm not. Okay, let's move on to the second part.
Okay, brother and sister, I think it is about present continuous tense.